wonderful husband, Doug, to talk about a topic that we often get asked when we're traveling and meeting people at our speaking engagements. Doug, do you want to tell them what that is?
Sure. I think people ask how lucky I am to be married to the most beautiful girl in the world. That one?
Well, that is very sweet, but not quite. What's the question that we get asked a lot?
I think it's about kids, right? We're going to have kids. I think that's what people want to know the most.
Yep, that's exactly it. And it's a really good question. Because when Doug and I first started dating and got married, we figured that we would eventually have kids. There's nothing about my physical condition that would prevent me from being pregnant or having children.
Actually, that's one of the first things that my mom wanted to know about when I told her about Tasha was whether she could still physically have children.
Yep. And you told her that we could, right?
Correct.
Yes. My sister and brother have 5 amazing kids, and I love my nieces and nephews to pieces. But we know how much work it is to raise children. From diapers to teenagers, every gray hair that my sister and brother have is earned. But those kids are incredible, and I just love that we get to be the aunt and uncle to love on them and spoil them.
That's right, and actually we get to be with kids all the time with what we do. We travel to middle and high schools and get to meet hundreds, actually thousands of students in a normal year.
Right, and I like to think that we have hundreds of kids because of all the young people that we get to meet. And honestly, we came to the realization a few years ago that we just aren't at a point in our lives where we want to be raising young children. Neither of us have the desire to have kids of our own. And many times over the years, we've talked about it and made sure that the other person was on the same page, and we are in complete agreement.
Yep, and also with what we do for a living, traveling and her speaking, it would really be difficult. You'd have to really make some tough decisions and probably changes too.
Right, and we have also talked about adoption because there are so many kids who need good homes, but we just don't feel like that was our calling either. The hardest part about coming to this decision was that I felt like I had to prove something because of my disability. I thought that in order to show people that I was happy and fulfilled in a wonderful marriage was by having children. But you know what? I have nothing to prove. I know that we have a happy life. I know that we are fulfilled. And I know that we have a wonderful marriage with so much love. We don't need to have kids in order to prove that.
Sometimes people think that we choose not to have kids because of Tasha's disability, but honestly that has zero to do with it.
That is right. I know many people in wheelchairs who have biological children, just like people who are able-bodied. My disability had nothing to do with this decision.
Wait, Tasha, you are forgetting something. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Here are our children. This is Lily, my niece Ellis holding Lily, and this is Jewel.
This is Jewel.
These are our children.
They don't like each other all that much.
To our cats. So how would we ever be real parents?
Well, Jewel's the only one that wants to be on camera. So, yeah.
And there she goes.
Yeah. Oh well.
Besides, I can't even say no to our cats. How would I ever be able to say no to kids?
True.
We get to be the aunt and uncle that spoil our nieces and nephews and rarely have to say no.
Really. I think we'd be great parents, personally, but it isn't what we decided to do.
Yeah, we're so happy with our decision to remain child-free. We appreciate people's curiosity about this topic and hope that we've answered your question.
Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.